Good day, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube, and welcome back to Serious Sam, the first encounter O. And I don't exactly have too much time to actually play today, but I figured why not just spend it playing video games such as Serious Sam, where you just get to kill aliens, because, yeah, that's pretty much all I have time for, and this level is actually relatively short, so, hoo-hoo, that actually makes it kinda convenient. I missed the air shot, but you know what, it does not matter, because the kamikaze is dead anyway, because these guys like to sort of take falling damage for some very odd reason. They just kind of get propelled towards you, and then, yeah. Also, that guy appears. Not really sure why, because I don't really remember it, but he appears, and that is all that matters. So, there is actually a little health pill right here. Now, the music has stopped, thank you. This little health pill, it is kind of innocent looking, just like all other health pills in this game, and you'll notice that I probably made a little quick save right there. So yeah, I'm just gonna charge up my cannon real quick. Yeah. That's probably why you don't want to pick that up. And you probably also do not want to destroy these statues either, because if you do, it spawns a scorpion. And scorpions, as you might know, are not good in this game. And I think if you destroy the trees, and this little marsh hopper comes out of it, like, this level is really weird. Like, it's definitely one of my favorite levels in the entire game, I will admit, but it has some of the weirdest enemy triggers ever. There's actually kind of a weird, sort of broken secret in here that I'll show in a second. I think it might not even, I doubt it would be considered as a secret, but I sort of like to call it a secret because I once saw it and somebody said, well, it might have been a cancelled secret. I think I first saw it on, like, seriously forums, but, we'll get to that in a second. First of all, I want to go ahead and pick this health up, just that way my health is at 100. I believe destroying that statue actually spawns a couple of harpies. Yes, it spawns some harpies. Actually, no, it spawns marsh hoppers, actually, but walking forward spawns the harpies, so please forgive my bad memory. And that would indeed be a guy who is being camouflaged by a tree, and I just destroyed that with a minigun. That was kind of fancy. I think walking forward spawns 2 red guys, and this one doesn't really seem to care that I'm standing right underneath him because he cannot seem to aim down, so I'm just gonna go ahead and kill him the cheap way. Okay, so the broken secret I was talking about, you can see, like, there's nothing here, but, I believe if you destroy this palm tree, I'm really straining myself to remember how this is actually done. I think you're supposed to walk through the door, and then if you walk back out towards this way before the door closes forever, and then, like, destroy this tree, then you hear some sort of odd spawning sound, so I'm gonna try that. So first of all, you have to walk in here, you have to pick up this health pill, and that spawns a million marsh hoppers. And then you kinda have to run out, otherwise the door will probably lock you in forever. But yeah, this really isn't too bad, just a bunch of marsh hoppers and a couple of invisible cars. And that's about the gist of it. Okay, seriously, just die. Anyone else? Yeah, there's one guy in there, but I'm going to ignore him because I want to destroy this tree. So, that spawned that, like this random health pill right here. And if you pick this up, there was like a kaboom in the background in case you didn't hear that. And, yeah, that's the broken secret. I have no idea what purpose that serves, but it is a broken secret. And there is nothing we can really do about it. It's just, in fact, it's probably not even a secret if you look at the end level results. Let's just walk through this door. And there's another little health pill right here. So, this guy doesn't want us to hurt him. And I believe you can shoot him, but he instantly kills you if you step close to him. So, instead...
Oh my god, you killed Pinky!
Oh my god, we killed Pinky! Yeah, and that just kind of triggers the enemies. Like, when I said this level was weird, I kind of meant it. It's just all over the place with what it throws at you. There are, like, miniature enemies and invisible NARs, and it's just dumb, honestly. there are the invisible Nars on cue. They're actually floating, so that's kind of interesting. Now, I believe, actually, if you destroy this platform... For some reason, I remember there being a secret where you had to destroy something right here. I really cannot remember. Did it? Was there something there? I cannot tell. But I'm pretty sure if you destroy that thing, something that was in the middle right here, this was supposed to open up. And then, I think a health cube would fly out or something, and then there would be like 2... Reptiloids. You know what? I think I'm actually going to quickly load the game, just in case I missed that. Alright, so we're back here because this is actually something really important to point out. There is supposed to be a pillar in that room over there, but what happens is, if you destroy this palm tree, and then you pick up the health pill, then you hear the explosion sound. That explosion sound is actually the thing blowing up, and you cannot get the secret, so... I'd consider this palm tree to be an anti-secret, so... If you want to miss a secret, then go ahead and destroy the palm tree for all I care, but otherwise, I would not recommend it. So now we are going to cut to where we last left off. Okay, so having defeated those other enemies once more, here's the actual pillar that we were supposed to see. So I do apologize for that very awkward cut. And you can see there's actually fish swimming in the water right now, but I don't really feel like dealing with them at the moment. So go ahead and destroy this pillar the actual way. That spawns a secret health. And that also spawns 3 guys. So yeah, you probably don't want to get hit by them, and I probably will in a second because their projectiles like to home on you, and that is a slight problem. Yes, one of them did in fact hit me in the end. But we got the secret health, so that is all that matters. And now I actually have to destroy these fish who like to really push you around. Fish are really awkward in this game. Like, their electrical attacks, sometimes they hit you, and other times they just kind of bounce you towards one specific area. And then stuff like that happens where they just kind of jump out of the water. It's just really awkward. I'm not sure how these fish are supposed to even work sometimes. All I know is that that kind of stuff just seems to happen. Like, they push you around or they electrocute you. It's weird. It's weird, we'll just leave it at that. But those fish actually came from this little tunnel right here because I fell in the water earlier. And once you swim in this tunnel, then we're out into this little pillar area, which doesn't really have too much of anything special in it, but it allows us to enter this courtyard. So this courtyard, there are a couple buttons that we need to press, and this area is actually kind of scary, so yeah, I don't really have any bullets to deal with this predicament. I do have plenty of explosives, so every time you hit one of these buttons, then one of those little barricades, I'm gonna call them barricades, closes, and you get one step closer to opening that door. The thing is though, it spawns a bunch of enemies at the same time, so my strategy for this area is to hide behind this pillar until all the enemies have spawned, and then I fight them, so I'm just gonna wait until I stop hearing the spawning noises. And that sounds like I have, so I'm gonna go ahead and quick save, doing lots of quick saving this time around. And there are a million skeletons right over there, so I'm glad that I took the precautions of hiding behind a pillar like a pansy, and I at least lived for the most part. So that was one button, and that was fairly simple, so now we're going to quick save. And now we're going to hit this button. Hide behind the pillar once again. I'm gonna hide behind this pillar. This seems like a nice pillar to hide behind. This does not seem like a nice pillar to hide behind. I am very much invisible view by that guy. There's a skeleton running towards me. I just missed him too. That was a little bit close. I'm gonna actually use the rocket launcher for this. Yeah, thankfully, I think the palm trees actually do have some pretty wide hitboxes, so they do kind of protect you against gunfire and the like. Oh, there's 2 of you this time. You brought your cousin with you, I see, good sir. However, that is not going to stop me from murdering this scorpion, who actually chipped off quite a bit of my health. I did not really appreciate that. Nice statue, by the way. That's a pretty sexy statue. Let's go ahead and hit this button. Once again, hide propeller. I keep thinking my duck key is mapped to C, but it's actually mapped to shift, because I figured, yeah, that's probably for the better. This one spawns a bunch of biomechs, and actually it's probably better that you stand out here, because there's a lot of biomechs, and they just sort of like to hang out in this area for the most part. And you can actually make some pretty good use out of the cannon. You probably don't want to destroy the statues though, like I did, because that's kind of spawns some arachnoids. And arachnoids are not good. They are, on the contrary, extremely bad. But the rest of these guys are actually fairly simple to clean up, because sometimes enemies are just mapped to sort of walk in areas before they decide to actually shoot at you, so you saw those guys were just kind of walking on their predestined path before they decide to pay attention to me, which was a little bit rude of them. If somebody is shooting at you, you should probably give them the attention they deserve and maybe give them an honorable battle, but I know nothing about honor, so that's my excuse. I say. I'm going to destroy those skeletons before I actually move forward and destroy those reptiloids. And oh no, the door is closing. Fret not, that door pretty much always opens from here on, so you don't have a thing to worry about. And that was that room, which was pretty straightforward, and I think there's actually armor where we're going, so I'm not going to concern myself with having to pick up anything else back there. Now, this is actually the exit, and NETRICSA has something to say about it, it seems. This is a riddle! This looks like some kind of mechanism. There is a riddle for this one. It says, bring 2 and 2 will become 1. Then the passage will open. Sounds tricky, but I would advise you to search for the 2 golden sphinxes. When you find them, bring them here. Try to look in the nearby yards to the north and south from here. Right. So that is exactly what we are going to be doing. And those doors are very much closed, and I don't think we can go through them once again. I'm gonna go ahead and pick these power-ups up. Some nice ammunition over here. Now, the order I'm going to actually do this, I think I'm going to do this in the order that I don't usually do. So, to clarify what that means, there's a giant pyramid over there. I'm actually going to go this way first. I'm going to quick save because there's actually a secret right here that you can only get in one time. So, I'm going to run forward and fire a rocket. And if you destroy that moving platform, then you'll be able to just pretty much get that Sphinx immediately. Now, the thing is... Oh, you're over there. I'll explain this in a minute. The thing is about that is that if the platform fully rises before you get a chance to actually destroy that platform, then you're not going to be able to activate that secret, so that's kind of important. The normal way you have to do this, you can see there's like buttons on each side and you have to hit them. And this is where they decide to just throw a bunch of miniature enemies at you. Like, you saw that? You can see right here, there's some pretty relatively normal enemies. And there's also really weird gravity sections such as this. So this is kind of cool. I'm really not sure why they removed this. Well, actually, I do know why they removed this in Serious Sam HD, because apparently physics didn't quite work. The gravity physics from this game didn't quite work in Serious Editor 3. But yeah, this room is kind of weird because not only does it have small enemies, it also has, well, weird gravity, of course. I'm really stumbling over my words right now. I'm gonna hit this button, and this is how you would normally do things. But you also want to be really careful once you do hit these buttons, because then it spawns the midgets. And the midgets are really not nice. And this one's kind of hiding, and that's really rude. Alright, you moved out. That was kind of dumb of you, to be perfectly honest. But yeah, if enemies manage to walk forward enough, then I do believe that their gravity will reverse, and yes, that guy actually just fell down, you saw. Unfortunately, I don't really have any fast-moving projectiles right now, so this is kind of a lot more difficult. That guy just almost about stung me, which was extremely rude of him. I'm going to go ahead and pick up these health items because I kind of need them. There's actually, yeah, you can see there's a heart right there, and I think there's a shield on the other side. Is a legitimate way of getting that. I'm pretty sure there's a button around here somewhere that allows you to, like, get a little platform raised, but I think you can actually just maybe jump up the sides and you could still get them, so yeah. That's kind of easier and probably saves the hassle of trying to look for a platform to activate. I'm gonna pick this up now because I don't really see any more pickups available as of the current moment. Oh yeah. There's no button over here. I think that's the one I pressed already, so if you go over here, then I'm gonna hit this button. I'm not really sure which weapon I should have equipped. I guess I'll put the rocket launcher on. And we'll watch this platform raise. And I still have another platform I have to raise as well. And I heard the sound of an enemy spawning, and I have immediately frightened myself. He fell upside down. Now I have to wait for him to walk forward. I think... Yes, use your pathfinding of walking into a wall to find me. That's another thing about the early Serious Sam games. Pathfinding in this game is terrible. It is the worst, and I say that. So, yeah, I'm not really sure why this would work, why I'm doing this way. Should really just stick to the rocket launcher. But yeah, the enemies in the original Serious Sam games, they just kind of make a beeline towards you, basically. So even if there's something in their way, like a wall, they're still going to try to run towards you as best as they possibly can. Now, in Serious Sam 3, actually, they fixed this. Like, they made the enemy pathfinding so much better. It is amazing. Now, if anyone's going to ask me, oh hey, are you going to play Serious Sam 3? I honestly don't know if I'm going to play Serious Sam 3. Like, initially, I was kind of hyped for it, I will admit. And then I just kind of like, no, I don't know. It looked really, really interesting at first. I watched a playthrough of it after that, and I don't know. It has a pretty slow start, Serious Sam 3, and I'm not going to blame it for that because it introduced a bunch of new concepts to the game series, so I have absolutely no problems with that. But yeah, it's not really the same in my opinion. Like, I feel as though it just doesn't have quite the same Serious Sam feel, and that could just be my nostalgia talking, probably because I haven't had any actual experience with the game yet. I really would have liked it if they released a demo, but they did not release a demo, and that's kind of disappointing, because a demo level would have been nice. I could probably get a feel for the game before I decide to buy it, but hey, it's Serious Sam. You know, just about any Serious Sam game is actually kind of good, to be perfectly honest, all except for the possible exception of maybe Serious Sam Advance and Serious Sam 2, if you know what those games are at all. This was the secret platform I was talking about, but then again, you could just jump up the sides of the wall and you could get those power-ups anyways. But yeah, I don't currently have plans to play Serious Sam 3. I don't have current plans to buy it because I don't really feel like putting money in my Steam account right now. Because, yeah, I don't exactly have a source of income right now. I'm trying to find a part-time job, and it hasn't been going the most successfully, to say the least. Go pick up this gold sphinx, and we are going to leave this dastardly place. So go to my more favorite room of this level. So, I'm gonna actually destroy a palm tree right here, because I think, yeah, that just spawns another marsh hopper. Right. I think picking up this shield does absolutely nothing, just like I predicted. And I'm going to take a drink of water because I have not done that in a while.